Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Day 16. And here's the day's sketch. And it's also for Take Out Your Tools Tuesday. So today we are working with the Close to My Heart Serenity collection. And I even pulled out some stamps. I wanted to play with my stamps. And I'm going to use the Take Out Your Tools Tuesday focus is image dies, and I just pull in a flower die that I have, a wonkily shaped one. I have used it in the past, and I just wanted to use it to add some extra texture to the background here. Now you'll see that brick paper there, that is actually, that paper right there, that is not part of the Serenity collection. I just really liked it. It was from a different paper pad, so I thought I would pull that in. I am going to trim that down, and I just trimmed off a little bit on that side because I didn't like the way that the brick ended. Now, the Close to My Heart Serenity collection was last part of one of last year's mini catalogs, so I'm not sure if you could pick that up or not yet, but it's beautiful. It's got a lot of blues. Right now I'm using the sapphire ink from Close to My Heart, and I'm just inking the edges on that because I wanted to make sure that the white brick background is going to stand out on the white background that I'm using there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some mixed media and such on this. I just want it to really pop off the page. So I do take a that is a navy blue G2 gel pen, and I'm going to draw some sketchy, wonky, messy lines all the way along the edge. And that is pretty much where it's going to go on my page, so now it is popping off. But I also want to create the banners, and I'm going to use this dictionary background stamp and the ink that I have. So I'm like making sure that I have the words going the right way. And then I realized that I want to run it off the page, and I'm going to make the banners out of this. So you're only going to see a portion of this. And I just start stamping it down. Now, I'm just rubbing my ink pad on there. I find that works best when it's because it's pretty much a solid background. So I'm kind of getting it messy in some places, and missing spots in others. So I get that all done, and then I want to do, like I said, some more mixed media. So I just take my water and I spray it right on the page. Now, I have not prepped the page with gesso or anything, so it does kind of soak in right away. And I'm just using my rag to sop it up. I just wanted to have that watercolor effect. And then I just bounce it a little bit to dry it off. So I'm going to come in with my, I believe that was, I don't know if it was Close to My, I don't know if it was Sapphire or Bluebell, but I'm going to use both of them. And I am trying to do some splatters, and this is not working by using my old paintbrush and just dipping it straight on the pad. So I am going to grab my Travel Tim Holtz mixed media mat that I got in a giveaway from JQ Crafty over on her channel. Love this thing. So I pull that in, and I'm just going to squish the Bluebell right there on the page and add some water to it. Mix it up, and then I'm going to get the splatters that I'm looking for. However, I'm using the wrong paintbrush, just so you guys know. It doesn't have enough bristles on it to give the correct amount of splatters, so you will see in just a minute. I do go ahead and change that up and grab a bigger, nicer paintbrush. But I do just kind of get as many splatters as I can that are real small and tidy. Now I'm going to come in with the sapphire, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to squish the pad directly onto the mat, and this is where I switch up and grab a different paintbrush. And you can see I'm getting bigger splatters because it's a bigger brush, right? But I really wanted to make, this is kind of like where the pictures are going to go, and everything is going to pop off of this piece right here. So I wanted to make sure that this pops off the page. So I'm just making sure to cover every little bit of it with both the Bluebell and the Sapphire. Then I come in with, yeah, that thing was like, That's the, I don't even know, I got it from Stampin' Up, and that was the re-inker to it. But beautiful gold. And I just use that to make some splatters as well, because, on those metallic ink pads, they do dry up if you don't use them quite frequently. Even if you do, it's not a dye-based ink. I think it's a pigment ink, and it's really thick and soupy. And yeah, that pad was dried up, so I just went ahead and grabbed the re-inker. And then I'm going to go ahead and splatter on all of that. Now, I wanted to make my own embellishments and die cuts for this page. So I grabbed this cute little stamp set that I have, and I believe it's a close to my heart one, and I'm going to use the sapphire and the bluebell. And I'm going to just do a couple of these. I had a hair, it was like the piece of the pad is coming off, and I don't know, it was bothering me. By the time I get done with all this, my fingers are like completely blue. Like my fingernails, I end up having to you'll see when I come back and finish this, I don't have blue nails anymore because it's the next day, and I had so much ink on my hand that I actually used nail polish remover to remove the ink. Yeah, that works. Now I'm going to come in, I do 2 of the leaves and the flower in the sapphire. Then I come in with the bluebell, and this is like the shadow print of the flower. So I'm going to go ahead and get several of those stamped down, and then I'm going to grab the outline of both of them and do in the sapphire to give a different look to it. While this is going on, I do want to remind everybody that today is a hop for Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, Day 16. So listed down in the description box below, I will have all the links to all the other lovely channels that are playing along with today's sketch. I can't believe we're almost halfway done with it. This is like usually one of my favorite series to play with. It not only keeps me busy, it keeps me making different layouts that I normally wouldn't make, because I wouldn't find this sketch or something, but it just keeps a variation in my albums. So I do go ahead and pull in one of my background sheets, my 12x12 from the Serenity collection, and it's this beautiful, it's like a tan color, and it does kind of look a little cream, and then I got the bright white, but I'm okay with it. I really like the way it looks. Yes, my paper is warped, and I did use it to stamp off on that one page when I was making the dictionary background page. So I used the backside for that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my T-square ruler so I can get this on straight, because it's warped and you can't really eyeball that. And it does look like it's crooked, but it's not. It is that warped. So I come in, here's that dictionary background paper that I made, and I'm going to go ahead and create banners out of this. This page, seriously warped as well, so it is kind of hard to get a straight cut, but I make it work. And I'm going to create 2 banners. And I'm just making sure that it is pretty straight, because I was like, whoa, all the water that I put on there. So we're going to do this one as well. And if you see right over there to the right of the screen where my periwinkle blue G2 gel pen is, it's sitting on top of the image die that I'm going to use today. So I just pull in this other piece of the Close to My Heart Serenity collection, and I'm going to use both sides of it to create 2 additional banners. Just using up a bit of the scraps. I do want to make sure to cut this guy down, and this guy as well. I'm just kind of looking to see what side of what end I can cut off, which end I don't like very well. It wasn't sticking, so I did pull it up just a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my bluebell, and I'm going to, or not my bluebell, I lie, my sapphire, and I'm going to ink all the edges of this paper, because it was already done on the one, so I wanted to make sure that everything else gets inked. I do come in and cut out 3 of those wonky sketched flowers off screen from a die cutting machine, and then I inked the rest of the paper. Then I come in and I'm going to make some banner pieces. Now I did speed this video up quite a bit because there was a lot going on, and I was scrapping really slow on this one for some reason. So this is longer than normal, but I did leave this in because at the end of this I do show you how, because I realized, oh, now I need to ink the insides of this banner. I do take the zip strips, border strips, whatever you want to call them, and make them into little banners as well, just using every little bit up. But I want to show you how I go ahead and ink the inside of the banner pieces. So, because you'll see I take my ink pad, because I didn't pull out a blending tool or anything. I just used the ink pad itself. I pull it out and I'm like, I can't get in there. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Oh, look, there you go. Just fold it in half and it works perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and scrapbook these 2 pictures of my little doggie. She was napping on the couch. And they're just funny because she does this herself. She gets a blanket and she gets a pillow. She has her own designated blankets and pillows. If she can steal ours, she does try to, but we pretty much keep her from stealing our blankets. But she covers herself up and she sleeps all human-like, which is just beyond funny to me. You know, you ever seen a dog that has to sleep covered up with a blanket with her head on a pillow? Like, it's weird. So I do go ahead and take all of this, these banners that I created. This piece right here, I wanted to make them bounce, a bouncing line there, so I didn't want them to be directly in line with each other, so I do have to tear that one. And I'm just going to hide that underneath the picture. And I'm going to adhere these straight to the page, but I do use ATG and liquid adhesive because of all of the mixed media and the crinkling of the page. The ATG will hold it in place momentarily, while the liquid adhesive, which is just the art glitter glue in my fine liner bottle, will hold it permanently, at least to my knowledge at this point. I do get those stuck down, kind of futz with that one. And that part is ready. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stick these little wonky flowers in certain different areas, and those are where I'm going to build all the clusters. I did take another sheet of this Serenity collection and cut the entire thing out of all the little white flowers. I've been really into the fussy cutting lately. I really like fussy cutting my own embellishments for some reason when I run out of embellishments for a collection. All right, so here's going to be my first cluster. I thought I made it with all of them, but apparently I make one big one up there at the top. I am going to use my liquid glue and take all of the stamped images of the flowers that I fussy cut out, and I'm just going to stick them into these places. I do put those 2 wonky flowers up at the top there. I'm going to connect that, I believe. I don't have the layout in front of me. So I do take the leaves as well, and I'm just going to pop them in and out. And I do apologize if you could hear my space heater in the background. I am trying to stay away from my family while doing voiceovers, so I don't have to keep stopping and starting. And, well, this is the one place they're not, but I got to have a space heater in here right now because it's cold. And this is just the back porch. So I do just get all of these down. And now you guys do know that when I scrapbook a picture of my beautiful puppy dog, Becca, which we call Bee, I always put a hidden bumblebee on the page somewhere, even though her name is spelled B-E-A, because I want it to be different. I have a stamp right there, which is the reason that I pulled the stamp pad to begin with and then decided to do the flowers. There's a bee in there. So I'm going to stamp several bees around the page in the flower clusters, because, you know, why not? You have bees and flower clusters. I do take these fussy cut flowers here that I cut from like I said, the page, and I'm going to pop them up on some foam tape and sprinkle them within the clusters as well. And I really like the way that this layout turned out. I mean, like, toot my own horn, right? But yeah, it's very blue. There's all kinds of blue. And I think it really works with just a little pop of gold and brown in there. That's why I kind of sprinkled the gold around the page, because I knew I was going to use that tannish, taupish, toffee-ish color for the background page. And now I'm sticking in some of the other flowers in the background just to build the clusters up just a tad bit. And I really honestly guess I could have cut some of this out, but I've had some subbies that would like to see more of the process, since I cut a lot of it out to keep my videos short. So let me know if you made it this far, and if you would like to continue to see longer videos, or if you like the short to the point. I can go either way. When I'm watching videos, sometimes I like the longer ones, sometimes I like the short to the point. Just depends. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick in some of the leaves that I cut, just to bring in some more of that darker emerald or sapphire, not emerald, emerald's green, people, sapphire blue. Just popping those in. I cut those out as well. just to, you know, because I want to bring some of that darker color in, because it was the leaves for the white flowers. And I did use it in some of the stamping, and those 2 smaller strips that I just cut straight from a piece of paper, and the zip strips have the dark blue in it. I just keep adding until I feel like, yep, we're good. Put the lid on, move everything out of the way, and you guys know that when I use a new stamp, I just rub it on my arm to prep it. And here are the bees. This video is quickly coming to an end. So I want to remind you not to forget to go down below and check out all the links that are playing along today. I do pull in these are going to be the titles for the page, and they are a bit of a pinky color because I didn't really have anything else I wanted to use, so I just pop a little bit of this mauve-y muted pink color around the page, and a couple more dimensional flowers. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button below if you have not already. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to hear them, and I will answer you as soon as I can. It does make my heart happy when I hear from you guys and all the wonderful comments that you say. Right here, I just have, I'm trying to use, oh, threw my pen blade. That's dangerous right there, right? I do have all these enamel dots that I did this type of organization, and it just doesn't work for me, so I'm really trying to use them up and focus on those before I break into any new packs. But these are from Stampin' Up, and they were supposed to be like brad toppers that I've had forever. So here are some close-ups, and you'll see all the loveliness. And like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 17. I can't wait. Bye.